The most recent episode of Attack on Titan was a emotional roller coaster. So it was complete hype. Every second of this episode was hype. We were having Attack on Titan. It was just true to its name. The Titans of Paradise Island versus the Titans of Marley. It was a whole Titan versus Titan situation, and Eren was having a buffet. He just had the Warhammer Titan eaten, and he's about to eat the Jaw Titan. Now, in this video, I just want to talk about Titans fighting Titans, Eldians fighting Eldians, and what is the outcome. Why this is a big problem. Now, I have to admit that I am a manga reader and I know everything that's going to happen. I know what is happening till the end of the story, and I'm all caught up with the manga. So, there are only 3 more chapters left for the manga to completely end. So, I know what's going to happen till the most recent chapter. So, in this video, I may spoil a lot of things that is yet to come. So, I would advise for people who don't want to be spoiled in the manga and just want to watch the anime, I would advise you to stay away from this video. So if you're okay with the spoilers, if you want to have a discussion, please continue with the video. Now, Eldians have no way out of this. Eldians are pretty much screwed. We can all admit that because in the end of the day, Eldians are cursed. They have a bloodline which will turn them into Titans. They have the power of the Titans, but at the same time, they could be cursed and turned into mindless Titans as well, just by injecting some spinal fluid into them, or even breathing spinal fluid, or even drinking spinal fluid. So they are a cursed bloodline, and people of the normal people of the world are always going to fear them because it is in human nature to always fear something that we don't understand or something that is superior to us. And human nature, in by nature itself, is very self-destructive. So if you give humans weapons, they will end up destroying each other. So that's how human nature works. And Titans are the biggest destructive weapons that humans could have ask for. And the Eldians, with the Titan bloodline, they have the 9 Titans, and they could also transform into other Titans. So the whole bloodline is pretty much cursed. We can all agree on that. If you become a Titan shifter, you only live for 13 years, and then the burden of becoming a shifter goes into the next generation. And even the process is pretty cruel because you have to eat that other person. So it is pretty gruel. It is gruesome. It is a horrible bloodline. Now, that being said, for the past 100 years, the Eldians have been at peace. They are minding their own business. King Fritz declared peace. He surrendered. He brought his people to Paradise Island, and they're minding their own business. He even wiped their memories, and they have no idea what's going on. For 100 years, they've been minding their own business. And Marley, for these 100 years, have been harassing them and abusing them and trying to steal their founding Titan. Now, this is where the problem comes in. Marley has always been oppressed by Eldians, and they were at war and all of that stuff. They know the horrors of the Titans and Eldians firsthand. They experienced it for 2,000 years. They've been oppressed by Titans. The Titans were fighting Marley, and after fighting Marley, they had no opponents, so they were fighting each other and crossed the Great Titan War. We know all of this history from William Tybur. But the problem with Marley is that even after they knew all the problems of the Titans, how destructive and powerful these Titans are, they just turn around and use these Titans again on other countries. So they're not only oppressing Paradise Island, they've been oppressing and conquering and destroying other countries using these Titans. In the very first episode of this arc, we see the Marleyans using Eldians as weapons. They don't even respect the Eldians. Even though they're using them as weapons, they're brainwashing these people into believing that they will grant freedom, they will get more accepted, they'll have be recognized as Marleyan citizens, things like that. They're holding them to fake promises and hopes and using them. That's what the Marleyans are doing. And unfortunately, the Eldians of this place are completely brainwashed, and they have no other choice but to believe them. And most of that fault goes into the parents, because if you look at Reiner's parent, his mom is completely delusional and completely mentally retarded, I would say. She is believing that her lover who left her is willing to come back if she turned into a Marleyan citizen, and for that she is completely brainwashing Reiner and putting this huge burden on him to become one of the military top people and inherit the Titan and all of that stuff. And he's going to die in 13 years. She has only one son, and he's going to die in 13 years, and she's willing to put him through all of that just so she can go live with her husband and become a Marleyan citizen. So the entire situation here is completely messed up, and the Eldians of Marley are completely oppressed, and they're completely mentally destroyed to the point where they believe that this is their only option. And anyone who comes up and starts a revolution and starts an uprising, they get punished just like Eren's dad, and they get thrown away and they become Titans and all of that stuff. We know what happened in the third season. Now, Eldians fighting Eldians is not a new thing. It's been happening. The Titan War is all about Eldians fighting Eldians. But in this situation, however, the Eldians of Paradise Island are fighting the Eldians of Marley, and Marley is the one responsible for this entire war. Marley declared the war, and they united all the countries against Paradise Island. So Eren has no other choice but to accept this war and attack Marley, because if he didn't attack Marley, they would gang up and attack Paradise Island. And in the end of the day, Paradise Island is just a small island, and if all the nations of the world and Marley ganged up on them, they would be annihilated immediately. So it was right for Eren to go and attack Marley in this kind of way and even steal the Warhammer Titan. So in the end of the day, everything was right what Eren did, and I do think that he was in the right. Now, as for the future of the manga, in the future we do see the Eldians do unite, the Eldians of Marley, the Eldians of the Paradise Island, they all unite together and they go against Eren. Now, the only reason they united is because Eren is a villain and Eren is destroying the world. He's committing mass genocide, and they want to stop him. And it almost looks like the people of the world are starting to realize that they were the ones who created these demons. There was no demon to start with, they were all devils. They created the demon in Paradise Island. They were responsible for all of this, and they're slowly starting to sink in. This is slowly starting to affect them. Now, this could be a good thing. Maybe they will change their mind about their opinion and they will slowly start to respect the Eldians and they will stop oppressing them. But realistically speaking, this is not possible, because right now they're seeing the effects of the Titan. They're seeing the true power of the founding Titan, that the Eldians, good or bad, the Eldians have the power to basically destroy all of humanity. They have the power to start the rumbling. If it's not Eren, it'll be someone else tomorrow, because as long as the Titan power exists in the Eldian bloodline, Eldians always have the power to rule mankind. They will always start a war. They will always cause casualties. This is the reality of the situation. So Zeke, he proposed the solution where he would ask the founding Titan to remove the Eldians' power to reproduce. So the Eldians would die out after this generation. They will live happily and they will die out because they don't reproduce. So this was an act of self-extinction, and he considered this as the only way for the Eldians to be at peace and the rest of humanity to survive. Now, while this is pretty noble for Zeke on his own, this is not acceptable because the Eldians are a people. Not everyone wants to go extinct. They all will not accept to it. They all want to live. A lot of people want to live. They want decisions to be made by themselves. So of course Eren is opposing this, and he wants his people to survive. He wants his people to live. Now, for Eren, the situation is it's either the Eldians or the rest of the world. And he has chosen to side with the Eldians. And that's why a lot of people like in Elia, in Paradise, they are supporting Eren. So they even went behind people's back. They started a revolution, and they even supported Eren in getting all of the things that he needed. So in the end of the day, it's always a mind game. We don't know who's right and wrong, and that's the beauty of Attack on Titan. We can never say who's right or wrong. We can only hope for what is best for the faction that we have spent the most time with, because we see the sides of the Eldians. We are seeing it from the view of the Eldians, from Eren and his friends. We've been with them the most and the longest. So everything that we see from their lens, we consider it to be the best scenario because we saw them struggle, we saw them get stronger, and then now they're wreaking havoc on the world. But the truth is that Eldians from the beginning of time were always cruel people. They were ruling the earth, they were oppressing the other countries, and once they were done oppressing others, they even started fighting each other and causing casualties. So Eldians from the beginning are cruel. And the only reason that I side with them right now is because the past 100 years, the current generation of Eldians are innocent, even though their ancestors were completely nuts. The current generation of Eldians are innocent. They have done nothing wrong. They are minding their own business. They have been either brainwashed or their memories have been wiped out and they're being used. So, the current generation of Eldians, I do support them. I do want them to succeed. But in the end of the day, I really don't see a peaceful end to this entire story because aliens are always going to be a problem for the rest of humanity, even if they're fighting each other or even if they fight the rest of humanity. So either the aliens have to disappear or the rest of human race have to disappear because this is a race, a battle of races. So aliens are not even considered as human because rightfully so, they are titans. They can turn into titans and they have the power to destroy the world. And the rest of the humans who are completely weak and normal, they will never accept the Eldians as one of them. This is the reality of the situation. So either the Eldians die out or they lose the power of the Titans completely from the bloodline. And we'll have to wait and see how this goes because we only have 3 more chapters left in the manga till the whole series is completed. So we don't have that long to find out. So in the end of the day, you have to pick a side. And whether you like it or not, both of them are completely flawed. Eldians are flawed, Marlians are flawed, even the rest of the world that oppress these Eldians, they're also severely flawed. And I personally do agree with Eren in this one because it is either them or him. If he did not support his people and attack Marley at this point, they all would have ganged up on Paradise Island and wiped it out. So in the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do to survive. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. This was all about Eldians versus Eldians. There's way too much to talk about Attack on Titan. It's a huge list of topics that I've planned, and hopefully I'll get it done by one at a time. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in another one. Bye.